It's not one of those two absolute nuclear power stations waiting to be interviewed and they happen to be married to each other. What's the sum of those parts? Let's find out, Tilly.
Our next guest practically invented the term power couple. She is a chart-topping podcaster and Sunday Times best-selling author, and he's an amazing actor whose new book, Lose Your Mind, is out now. So we've won the interviewing prize as we chat to the oh-so-wise Marie Forleo and Josh Pais.
Good morning, guys.
Come on! Woo!
Can't believe you're married, man. I mean, how's that? How's it working out for you?
Well, technically, we're actually not married, but we've been together for 23 years.
I sort of checked. I suspected you might not be married, but then I was told you are married.
But we
fresh. We've been
are.
engaged for however long.
How many years?
15 years?
Yeah, 15
right,
out of 23.
So Vince Gilligan's on the show in a bit. You know that. He's in the building
Yeah.
already.
Yes.
He's been with his girlfriend for 30-odd years.
Wow.
See?
Yeah, it's the girlfriend-boyfriend show.
That's exactly
All right.
Keeps it fresh. Keeps it fresh. Keeps it unknown.
Well, congratulations on this blimmin' book, you genius.
Oh, thanks, man.
Lose Your Mind, The Path to Creative Invincibility. The personal development industry does not want you to read this book. They didn't want you to write it. They don't want us to read it. They definitely don't want us to talk about it, but that's what we're going to do.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, my goodness me. Marie, you have interviewed your husband on your podcast about his book. How was that?
First of all, it was amazing because he's so good. Like, I've seen him on the screens. I've seen him on TV shows. I've seen him in movies, and he's brilliant. But I honestly thought to myself, Chris, can he write a book?
Yeah, and also those interviews can be really awkward.
Yes.
You know, because it just doesn't work. Nobody wins. It's lose-lose, but this was a win-win.
Thank you.
And we didn't have any arguments that morning,
No,
which
we
really
did,
helped.
which was amazing.
I was going to talk to you about that. We'll get into that later. I don't know how you two ever have arguments anyway, because you know everything about how not to have arguments and what to...
But here's the thing.
Yes.
It's so hard to hear information from the other one.
Yes.
That's right.
That's the trick.
Well, let's talk about listening, because there's a lot of listening going on in the book. Let's talk about your first date in a movie with Rob. Your first ever movie experience was with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And you learnt more in that one day than you'd learnt in the whole of your career thus far about acting. Just tell us about that.
Yeah. We prior to doing this movie, it was called Jackknife. All I had done was little theater basement shows, and they said always speak loud enough to hit the back row, and there were only about 9 rows of chairs, but everything go loud. So meet De Niro, shake his hand. It was kind of a limp handshake, but that's another story. And we start rehearsing in front of the crew, and I am speaking loud enough so that the craft service table 50 feet away where they're making coffee can hear me. And so I'm saying my lines like this, and then he just talks right to me. And then I say my lines like this, and he just talks to me. And slowly, he pulled me into the moment where it went from an amateur and a master to two people actually connecting and having a conversation. And that was just it seems obvious, but it was such an amazing experience to actually, when creating with someone, that you're actually talking to them and listening to them. And I just feel like in the world today, we're all desperate to be heard. And it was a revelatory experience for me.
Everyone's talking, and it's not that no one's listening, but everyone's talking. It's who's listening, and are you in conversation with someone? One of my favorite things you say is lose yourself, you lose your audience. And your audience can be like, if you're on the stage, they can be in the stores or the circle. But if you're in conversation with somebody, they're your audience and you're their audience.
Absolutely.
And if you're in conversation with yourself, you're your own audience. And you can lose yourself even in the mirror. It's giving me chills just talking about it. How do we not lose ourselves and lose our audience?
Well, I think one of the ways that we do lose ourselves is if we're feeling something that we've judged as bad. So say if we're a little bit nervous, so we try to push that nervousness away, and basically when we disconnect from ourselves, we make it impossible for someone else to connect to us because we're not letting ourselves connect to ourselves, and it creates this blockage. And maybe there's sound, but there's no connection. And in the world today, we're craving that connection.
So basically, suppressing nervousness or any kind of emotion is like damming a river and then leaving it for 5 years and then hoping the river's disappeared behind the dam.
Exactly.
But it's not, has it? And the nervousness is there for a reason. You talk about nervousness like it's your body getting ready, giving you the energy you're going to need for what you're about to do.
Yes.
And fear is your friend.
Yeah, it's all creative fuel. And we have to, one of the greatest, I think the greatest myth of our time is that there are good body sensations and bad body sensations. And that's what screws everybody up, because as soon as we feel something that we've decided is bad, we suppress ourselves. As soon as we suppress ourselves, we go into our head and we listen to how terrible we are. And this is true for everybody. We all have the worst thoughts in our head. And if you can accept your body and stay connected to your body, stay connected to what's around you, and also use the word I'm back. As soon as you realize your mind has pulled you out, say I'm back, come back to this moment, see who's in front of you, come back into your body, and then you can stay out of your head. And that's what losing your mind is.
It sounds so simple, and I'm back is one of your 4 stages of getting back in the moment. It sounds so simple. It is simple, but it doesn't mean you always remember it. And that's the thing, because once you've zoomed out from yourself, you don't even realize that's where you are, and you've got to get back somehow. So it's about recognizing tricks. All the things are in this book. I've been doing this job for over 100 years, which Marie knows because she's been coming on the show for 100 years.
You look great.
Thank you very much. And yet, your book helped me yesterday. It helped me last night. It helped me this morning on the way to work. And I've read all, Marie, you know,
Yes.
I've read all these books, right? Yours is it's a different take on it. Tell us about the taking off the motorcycle helmet method.
So, so often there's this notion I need to improve my thoughts.
Yeah.
Everybody has crappy thoughts. And if you think of that, you have a motorcycle helmet on with speakers, and in those speakers it's saying, you're no good. Why did they do that to me?
You're
I'm
too old.
Too old. I'm too young, And instead of trying to improve the thoughts, it's like, take that motorcycle helmet off your head, put it in the closet, and don't even mess with that paradigm of listening to the chatter. Come back to your body, take a breath, say I'm back, and that's what opens the creative channel. That's what gives you, allows you to bring who you are, who the best of you are forward, not using the mind. The mind is so limited, and our creativity is in our body, and we have to stay in our body.
Mm-hmm. And nature's given us the clue, because there's more of the body than the head. The head's a lot smaller than the rest of the body.
There you go.
Even for the oddest shaped people.
That's right.
And the big myth is, isn't it? And we talk about this a lot and have done over the years. It's like, how you do anything is generally, not always, how you do anything is how you do everything. We know that.
Yep.
And the emotional equivalent of that is if you suppress one thing, you suppress everything.
Bingo.
You cannot compartmentalize it. And if you suppress fear or anxiety, which sometimes you have to do, and Marie, you've talked about that as well. You don't want to live your life like that because you're not living your life. Managing your stress and managing your emotions is not living a life. There's no point in you sort of being here if that's how you do every single day. And I get it. We have to call for the lifeboat sometimes. But if you do that, you do not have the resources available to you that you need to be brilliant.
Absolutely.
And you can see it, can't you, in careers, especially in this business, in people around an ideas table. You can see people who are suppressing things in a completely non-accusatory manner. They're not coming up with anything.
Right.
And it's not their fault in a way.
No.
Because they've stymied themselves to survive, which is understandable, but you do at some point have to set yourself free, or you might as well go and hide in a cave.
100%. And, just to go back to your point, we can't lock out one sensation. We can't block out fear without equally blocking out joy. It's all there. It is built into our nervous system, into our DNA to feel. And we have to get rid of this notion that this is a good feeling, that's a bad feeling. It's like going through the forest and go, that's a good tree, that's a bad tree. It's like the book teaches how to live in a human body.
I love it. And this is, a lot of this stems from your family. And your dad saying that the atom in your knee is the same as the atom in the table.
Yes.
And that's all. It's because it's all about energy, isn't it?
It is.
And everything is neutral till you give it perspective.
Yes.
And we're in charge of our own gearbox, the design of our own engine, and our own crankshaft, and our own prop shaft, and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
And how when did you realize this? What was there a eureka moment? You've been now teaching this for over 30 years. Just give us some more of the headlines.
Well, I mean, I went to acting school. I actually went to Lambda here in London for a year, and then I trained in the U.S., and then I started auditioning, and I had so much fear, so much nervousness, so much anxiety, which we were told in acting school, if you're feeling those things, you're doing it wrong. You're not prepared. And I faced a moment where I didn't know if I could keep going, and I remembered something that my dad told me, which was exactly as you said. I was sitting, I was like, what do you do? What's your job? Because he would do these enormous calculations on a board. And he said, well, the smallest part of that table, the smallest part of your knee are the same thing, atoms. And that's what I explore, the building blocks of the universe.
Because that's what we are.
Yeah. And he was a theoretical physicist who worked with Einstein for 11 years, as well as Niels Bohr, Oppenheimer. And then when I took that idea, I figured, well, my body is made out of atoms, so emotions are just these frequencies that are happening in our body, and if you literally feel the frequency without judging it as good or bad, you're free. Then it's just energy.
Yeah.
And the truth is, emotions are just energetic patterns in the body. They're not good. They're not bad. And the book trains us how to use everything that we feel so everything can be converted into creative fuel.
I get it. I love it. I get it. I got it anyway, but I get it even more now, which I thought was sort of impossible. And what I love about what you just said to me is the fact that you've made me realize we'd rather categorize a vibration as an unhelpful and harmful emotion than think about it for a bit longer. We'd rather package it and put it away detrimentally to our own well-being than have to think more longer about it. We'd rather do that. We'd rather put the wrong label on it, which is definitely going to give out the wrong outcome, than sit with it for a bit longer, because it's more comfortable to know something's bad for you, even if it may not be, than try and figure out how we can use it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the book teaches how to use. Everything is there to help us. Yes. We've got to get out of this notion that what we're feeling is bad.
Yes, baby.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
Come on. Let's wake up and feel something.
Okay. Page of the book. The page of the book goes to the page of the book award goes to page 142.
Oh, yes. I'll turn to page 142.
For 5 moments that throughout your day to play with these alterations. Warning: seriousness can be detrimental to your playfulness. Now, Marie, you've been front-facing, public-facing for a long, long time.
Yes.
And you've been nervous, and you've heard and had guests on, and I'm sure yourself, and I've done the same thing. Sometimes you speak from rote, and you get into a bit of a pattern, a bit of a more than that, a bit of a trough almost,
Absolutely.
And you got to crack out of it. So what have you learned from the bloke who you live with's book that you've been around forever anyway?
Oh my gosh. Well, a couple of things. He's made me so much more comfortable with just being present rather than me feeling like I always have to be perfect and perform.
Yeah, and that was a big thing for you.
Oh, it was a huge thing
and
for me.
you're really good at it.
Oh, thank you. But it's like Josh, oftentimes too, he would give me feedback on some of my videos, or even if I was getting ready for a talk. And for me, I've been wound up so tight my whole life, that overachiever, trying to get everything perfect, trying to keep everything under control. And so many brilliant things I've learned from Josh, including the fact that I don't have to keep it all together. Mm-hmm. And that on my show, when I'm giving a talk, when I'm interacting with people, in the past few years, I've gone through some really challenging things with my folks who are getting older. And I've been really much more transparent about that, allowing myself to have all the emotions on my show in talks, and it's connected me even deeper to my audience. And so there's so many brilliant things, but he's really helped me crack through a lot of the narrow ideas of who I thought I needed to be to perform at my best. But that's one of the big ones. And then he and I like to make up a lot of songs, because in life.
You're gonna give us the magic song.
Do you want the magic
song is on the way, baby.
Yeah.
It was Sesame Street's 59th birthday on Monday, and this could be. They could have celebrated with this song.
Really
this is going to blow up your show. So just be ready. If you're driving right now, pull over.
I think we need to. Can we leave it? Can we finish with that?
Oh yeah.
Can we? We'll drop the mic there.
Yeah,
if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We will.
Let's get back
The
into the
tension
book.
is so building.
The book is Lose Your Mind, The Path to Creative Invincibility by Josh Pais. The 7 biggest creativity traps and how to overcome them. Great. The Magnificent 7, or whatever the opposite is, the Maleficent 7 of traps. Tell us about those.
Well, certainly one of them is comparing yourself. I mean, this is no news, but we have to catch when our mind starts a narrative of comparing ourselves, either that we are better than everyone or that we are worse than everyone. Because when we are caught in that mental loop, we are diminishing our aliveness. That's one thing. Another thing is to think my life, things are going to be better when. Things are going to be better when I meet the perfect. Things are going to be better when I lose 5 pounds. Things are going to be better, whatever it may be. And that's another trick that our mind uses to keep us out of the moment. We have to realize our mind is going to do everything it can to keep us out of this moment. And I think it's a protective device so that we don't extend ourselves further out into the world.
100%. And a part of this whole similar narrative, as far as these 7 biggest creativity traps and how to overcome them is concerned, is the I have it worst Olympics.
Oh my
gosh. That phrase,
Oh,
just speak to that, Marie, if you don't mind.
Oh, the I have it worse Olympics?
Yeah.
I mean, all you can do is just sit there and complain your life away, right? And you can be like, oh, you thought you had it bad. Listen to what I just experienced the other day. First of all, you're taking your energy and your frequency down. And we all know that what you focus on, you actually do get more of, or you even feel more of. So if you're focusing on all the parts of your life, your business, your world, your finances that are poopy and crappy and not what you like, you're just going to keep finding more of that.
Like if you're on a motorbike and you look at the thing you don't want to hit, you've got more chance of hitting it.
That's exactly right. It is. It really is. And I think that in our world, it's kind of become a little bit normalized to do the I have it worse Olympics. And I think it's a real act of bravery and courage to say, no, we're going to turn that beat around.
Yeah.
I also want to say, too, just in terms of this work, everything that Josh has created, here's why I love it and why I think it's so fresh, is because it works so fast. Yeah. So anyone listening to the show right now, you can take that simple 2-word phrase, I'm back. Pull yourself back into the moment, look at what's happening, connect with who's in front of you, and all of that I have it worse Olympics and all the things, they start to just fade into the background.
Yeah, I'm back at the wheel. I'm back in control. That's the thing, isn't it?
And the more you use I'm back, what happened in the beginning when you use it and you catch every time your mind has pulled you into some kind of a mental drama, in the beginning you're gonna be I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. And but then and it doesn't take a long time, you're present so much more of the time, and then when your mind does interject, you can snap right back into the present moment, and that's where your brilliance comes through.
And what are you going to do with this now? Because you've taught thousands of people?
Tens of thousands.
And you have retreats and things like that? And, so give us 3 ways that people could benefit from your teaching. Get the book. Can they do 2 hours with you? Can they do 3 days with you? Can they go on a cruise? Have you done a cruise?
No, but
let's do a cruise.
Let's do a cruise.
Let's do a well-being cruise. Let's do it. Lose your mind, but don't lose your luggage. Actually, no, lose your baggage.
Lose your baggage.
Lose your baggage cruise.
Lose your mind.
Lose your baggage.
By the way, Marie, I thought of the new title for your new book.
Please.
I don't even know whether you have a new book.
No, bring it.
Okay, The Emotionalist.
Ooh.
What about that?
The Emotionalist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happens afterwards. So
We'll figure that out.
I'm just going to throw that grenade in your creativity. I hope it's...
I can make magic out of everything.
You're going to have to.
That she can.
Right.
What people are going to get is and it sounds so obvious, but it's a profound connection to yourself so that you are not listening to the chatter in your mind, and you're welcoming your full range of body sensations. And we have to, instead of always managing what we're feeling, we have to increase our tolerance. We have to welcome everything that we're feeling, and that takes you into the realm of creative invincibility.
Do you think about the Have It Worst Olympics, speaking back to that for a second or two, is you play that with other people. Say you're not a I Have It Worst Olympics kind of person, right? And you find yourself hanging around with some people who are in it, and then you go, thank God I'm not in this gang. But for some reason, you keep hanging around that gang. One day, when you feel a bit vulnerable or a bit tired, you'll join in. You'll have a little go in the Olympics. Then you become a fully paid up member of the squad.
The president.
Right. And then the president. And then here's the thing. Then you go and play it with yourself. Because you know, it's not I have it worse than you. It's like, my day in the mirror is going to be worse than it was yesterday. So you're now playing that terrible game with yourself.
Yes.
It's too dangerous. You cannot go there.
Yeah. And it's killing your aliveness.
Yeah.
And it's also terrible for your health, because if you're in your head that much, it's because you're suppressing emotion. When you suppress emotion, it's like you're converting a frequency into matter.
Yeah.
And that's why you get all these tight knots in your body. There's so often there are just emotions that need to be felt. And there's exercises in the book where you just connect to those areas. And yeah, some emotion moves, but then your body opens up and you're so receptive and you're so present, and life becomes an adventure.
And you got to feel it to heal it.
Write that down, somebody.
Come on, baby. The Emotionalist, chapter 1. Feel it to heal it.
You got to feel it. I say this because, again, I was very, very good at an area of performance, perfectionism and performance over presence. So I'm speaking from experience here. And when you don't want to feel things, so for me, all the things I never wanted to feel was insecure, self-doubt, sadness, there's just anxiety, a whole bunch of things. And when I really began to practice what Josh teaches and allow myself to experience those things, not only did they not last very long, but it never became something to stop me. And I was getting less tired. I felt even more confident. I'm a generally confident person.
Let's go there.
Yes.
Let's go for this exhaustion thing, because I only heard this last month. Fatigue isn't tiredness. Well, it is tiredness, but it's because of your psychological state or your emotional state. Fatigue is different. You can be exhausted at the end of the day and you'll be like a phone with 1% left. And then you go to bed, you go to sleep, you wake at your 100% if you're lucky, or 80% if you didn't have a good night's sleep, or whatever it may be. Fatigue is a different kettle of fish. Tell us about fatigue.
Well, I think fatigue comes from perpetually trying to get rid of feeling a particular emotion that you've deemed as bad.
So using your energy to suppress it whilst trying to live your life.
Yes, you're pushing, and emotion is energy. Emotion is an atomic energy in the body. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to lock the frequency down, and it's exhausting. And I found working with people, and it's all in the book, that by breathing and welcoming sensation, all of a sudden, you're going to feel more, but you're going to have so much more energy because you're not working to block your nature away.
How heavy is a glass of water?
Depends on how big the glass is.
Depends how long you hold it for.
Oh, Chris Evans,
write it down.
Come on.
Write it down.
It starts off, it's a glass of water, and it ends up being the heaviest thing you've ever held in your life. And that's the thing about suppressing the emotion.
Is that chapter 2 of The Emotionalist?
Chapter 2 of The Emotionalist. We're writing it here now. Hey, man, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But when you get the right gang together, you get the right tribe together. See, the whole thing about... being giving nervous energy or being giving whatever anxiety, because it's all energy. It's happiness, it's joy, it's glory, it's inspiration. Having a different day. That's what it is. It's like Paul McCartney being given a guitar when he was 13, and a voice instead saying, it's firewood. And he goes, "All right, well, I'll make a fire with it then." No, or you could write some songs with it. That's it, isn't it? That's where we are.
Also, too, I just wanted to build off of that analogy. It's almost like if he said you can only play like 2 chords, right? If you're just allowing yourself to only experience positivity or only experience joy, and you're like, no, sadness is bad. No, a little bit of depression, which I experience from time to time, like most humans, because it's natural. Elation, everything in between.
Yeah.
But if you only allow yourself to play these just 2 chords, you are missing out on the glorious music, the symphony, the greatest hits that you could ever
create. And in 100 years from now, we're probably not going to be in a human body, and we may be floating
powder.
around.
Have you been watching Vince Gilligan's new show?
No, but it sounds like we must. Yes.
We're going to be missing feeling stuff. We'll be like, oh, remember fear? That was so cool.
Remember when we were sad?
Be careful what you wish for, because you may rue the day you no longer have fear to fuel your soul.
That's right. That's right.
My God.
Write that down.
We're out of
Chapter
time.
3.
Chapter 3, The Emotionalist.
Listen, on the cruise, everyone will get their first copy of the book.
Got to do the cruise, man. Got to do the cruise. That was half an hour.
Wow.
Was it?
Where did that go?
Oh, wait. Can we talk about the fact that if people do want to experience this live, tomorrow night, Thursday night, November 13th, at Clerkenwell How To Academy, Josh and I are doing a joint
live
talk.
on stage.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, hang on a minute. It says here, in conversation with Josh and Maria at St. James Church, London, it's in a church.
And get this, Chris.
It's in a church.
It's in a church.
This is the religion we all want to sign up for.
The religion of you.
Yes.
It's actually the religion of you, the religion of joy, the religion of your humanity. This, we think, may actually be the same exact church where Josh was studying acting 30 plus years ago.
Yes.
How are you going to find out if that's the case?
I'll know when I get there, and we all our classes were down in the basement, and so I want to go down to the basement. I'll know the smell if it's the same smell.
Fear.
Yeah.
I always wondered who Marie was with when she came to this show, and now I've met you, I get it 100%. Mate, you're fantastic.
Oh, so are you, man.
What
This
a
is
lovely
so
guy.
much fun.
Oh, we have all the fun, don't we, Marie?
Oh, we have an amazing time. Should we give people the song? You cue us, because this is another takeaway tip for
'Cause
anyone.
these are the people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Now Marie and Josh are people in your neighborhood. They're the people that you meet when you need to get back on your feet.
Yes!
They're the people they're the emotionalists. All right, no, fill your boots, off you go.
Okay, so here it is. This is the song that Josh and I made up because all of us humans are always growing into our next level, our next evolution, and oftentimes it's terrifying. We feel fear, anxiety, self-doubt, and you try and suppress those things. So here's the song that we sing anytime either one of us. Ready?
Here we go.
Me.
Step by step, this is how we do it. Step by step, of course it's scary. Step by step, this is how we do it. Step by step,
of course it's scary.
I know this is the most ridiculous, cheesy thing in the world. However, when you sing that song, when you are about to do something outside your comfort zone, you feel like such an idiot and you laugh so hard that you just move forward with
love
fun.
We're going to have a reprise in a minute. We've had lots of live music on this show. Oh, we had Counting Crows in a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
You know, we got Madness playing in a couple of weeks. But to be honest, I think you've scotched a lot of them.
Okay.
Who's going to tell them? Not me.
Right.
And the thing about it is, it's like what you're saying is, you know, I have a lot of saunas. I've had saunas all my life, right? I have a lot of saunas.
That's why you look so good.
Thanks. Sometimes I get in a sauna and I'm in the sauna and somebody comes in and they go, God, it's so hot in here. It's a sauna, right? And when you do something new, of course you're going to feel fit. If you don't do it. There's no... What did you expect to feel?
Yes.
You know,
and
supreme confidence the first time you ever went out onto the ice?
And when anyone...
Tell that to Bambi.
When anyone extends themselves further out into the world, whether it's a date, whether it's coming on the Chris Evans show, you're going to feel more.
Yes.
It's natural, and it doesn't mean you're not ready. It doesn't mean you're not professional. It's just what the body does, and it's really giving us juice to party with Chris Evans.
Oh, right. One more time. Here we go.
Ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, but
You want to sing it with
you
us?
got to come on.
Yeah, I can't remember the words.
No,
but
step
I know
by
there aren't many
step.
words. I know
Yeah.
there
Step
are
by
many.
step, this is how we do it. Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Step by step, this is how we do it. Step by step, of course it's scary. Step by step, this is how we do it. Step by step, of course it's scary.
And your point is? Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
Josh and Marie, Lose Your Mind is out now. There's a talk in a church. If you want to be there, you'll find out where it is. But otherwise, you don't deserve to be there anyway.
Go to the How To Academy.
Yeah, How To Do Academy. There you go. .com.
Virgin Radio.